Hi, I'm Vienna, the creator of the YouTube channel Wandering Vienna. Yes, my mom named me after the city in Austria, not the canned sausage. We've traveled to over 20 countries across 5 continents for nearly a decade now. If I had one word to describe what we have as a travel duo, I would say it's unique. We are two generations traveling and bonding together. I'm now a high school teen, and my mom's a 30-something millennial. Personally, I've never heard of anyone doing travel adventures like we do. And here's the thing, no matter who you are, where you're from, anybody can travel inexpensively, like my mom and I have done for nearly a decade. I'm literally about to tell you how we do it. My channel is here to provide stories, ideas, laughable moments. Trust me, there's so many. And some simple steps and techniques to follow so you can begin traveling now. Remember, I'm a teen and I'm still learning how to do this whole YouTube thing. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you enjoy everything I have to share. So, hit the subscribe and like button and share it with your friends. My love for travel is what I live for. My mom and I set out almost a decade ago to go on travel adventures together around the world. I've already said we've been to over 20 countries covering 5 continents, and we have no plans on stopping now. When we began, neither of us had any experiences in travel. Like, zero. And my mom? She didn't have any extra money to do anything, much less travel the world. My mom started as a coffee barista and made very little money. When I was born, she was living in a small college town in Wisconsin. Here's the thing, my mom was single income earner of our home with no backup person to help us out. No rich uncle, no mysterious inheritance, no winning lottery ticket. Just a low income and a very big dream. What she didn't have was unlimited vacation days, unlimited money, or even like regular amounts of money. She also didn't have unlimited time flexibility. What she desired was to see the world and to show her young daughter, me, the world without going into debt or sacrificing our financial future. Because, let's be real, adding travel debt on top of regular life debt, now that's a recipe for disaster. It was a huge necessity for us to find a solution for traveling the world without borrowing money and digging us into a huge financial pit we'd never get out of. What we did have was a big dream to see Paris, London, and Dublin, Ireland. That was our starting point. 3 cities, that's it. Our humble beginnings and low income were not very encouraging or exciting. Maybe you can relate. If that's you, then have hope, because I know if we can do it with a barista salary and no clue what we were doing, so can you. Oh, by the way, our first 3 years of travel adventures were to Dublin first, then London the next year, and finally Paris. Mission accomplished, right? We could have stopped there, called it a day, hung up our suitcases. But here's what happened. It turned out that we love traveling to new places. Like, really, really love it. We love seeing actual castles that aren't just movie sets, seeing art by famous artists, the stuff you see in textbooks, but never think you'll actually stand in front of. Then there's the people. I really enjoy experiencing different cultures and people that are so different than the US. I found myself drawn to them like a weird magnet. A good kind of weird, you know? When I found out that I am a foodie, just like my mom, I love trying different foods from around the world. And I really do mean all the food, even the weird stuff, except for insects. I don't want to try those that much. You see, in the first 3 years of travel adventures, we traveled abroad once a year on one of my school breaks, because that's all we had the money for. If we could travel abroad once a year, so can you. And as I told you, It turned out that we really love traveling to new places. So traveling twice a year would soon become our new goal. Great news! Students have spring and fall school breaks to go on travel adventures. Having the time was not a problem for me, and probably won't be for you either. My mom and I have learned a lot of things over the last decade about travel and money and how we spend our time. I'll be sharing many of them as you come alongside my journey in my channel and blog called Wandering Vienna. What I'm going to be sharing with you today is the 4 simple steps we follow every time we're heading on a new travel adventure. What I do mean is that they're so simple, anyone can do it. Step 1: the Wander window and your top 10. Alright, it all begins when you make a list of the top 10 countries you'd like to visit and figuring out how you can actually afford to travel them. I call the second part the financial strategy, and I'll be covering that a little later. But first, let's begin with that list. Where would you like to go on your travel adventure? Write your top 10 country finalists. People always ask me how we decide where we're going next. The truth is, we don't decide right away. I keep something I call my wander window. It's basically my dream list of 10 countries I'd like to visit. Think of it like your world country wish list, but one that actually comes true when you follow a few simple steps. So, as I said, the first step is instead of picking just one country and obsessing over it for months, my mom and I stay open to all 10 of them at the same time in my wander window. We don't rush, we just stay curious and ready. It's like keeping your options open for what movie you want to watch, except the movie is your entire travel adventure. Step 2: know your when. Secondly, write down the dates you want to travel. The when. When I personally travel, it's set by my school calendar. You see, I only travel during my school vacations: summer, fall, winter, and spring. Yes, I actually go to school. No, I'm not homeschooled. We keep a sheet which has the dates of all my school vacations/holidays. And this is where my mom and I began tracking the prices using Skyscanner and Priceline. We track all 10 countries at the same time. We know about a year in advance when my fall, winter, and spring school breaks are. So here's the thing, and this is very important: I always know the when I'm going to travel, but what I don't know is the where. Most people do it backwards. They pick a destination first, then try to make their schedule work. We pick our schedule first, then let the destination come to us. It's like letting the universe decide, except the universe is actually just airline pricing algorithms. But still, it works. Step 3: flight radar. The mindset, not the app. Before I get too far along, there are 2 terms you should know about. The first is wander window, and the second is flight radar. You might be thinking to yourself, what is a wander window and what's a flight radar thingy? I can see you Googling it right now. Stop. Listen. We don't just pick a place and pay whatever the price is for the flight to the destination like most people do when they travel. That's expensive. There's a much better way to do it. We use something we call our flight radar. Within my wander window, I have picked 10 countries I really want to experience during my life. Next is where the flight radar comes into play. Here's what it's not. It's not an app. It's not some computer program you have to buy. It's not a Chrome extension. It's a mindset. Simply said, it's just how my mom and I think about booking flights. We don't chase deals, we stay ready for them. We track the airline flight prices on Skyscanner or Priceline of all 10 countries over several months on a spreadsheet. Yes, a spreadsheet. I know, I'm 14 and I use spreadsheets voluntarily. Yes, I'm a little quirky sometimes. You could also just use a notebook and write down the flight information down and the prices. It's really that simple. Over a period of 7 to 10 months, checking once a week while we're in tracking mode, we will see huge price changes on all flight costs. Like, wait, did I write that down wrong? Kind of price changes? If you're wondering how much time this takes each week when we track all 10 countries, the entire process takes about 15 minutes. Yep, that's it. Easy peasy. Less time than scrolling TikTok and much more rewarding than scrolling on TikTok. Think of it this way. Your small amounts of minutes invested equals huge savings of money. Whichever country has the lowest prices during my school vacation time, it's the winner. That's where I'll be traveling next. Step 4. Book when prices drop. At some point, one of those countries kind of rises to the top. That's when my mom steps in with the planning side. Those flights almost always drop to about half the price. Like, genuinely, half. Not, oh, it's $5 off. Actually, 50% off. That's when we book. Big savings are now ours. And there's nothing quite like hitting the confirm purchase button on a half-priced international flight. It's best to book months in advance to get the huge savings. The money we save on buying the tickets early pays for our Airbnb apartments, the transportation of trains or buses, day trips, and usually most of our food. The cost of the airline tickets is usually the single largest cost of people's travel trips, like by a lot. It's the big scary number that makes people give up before they even start. By saving half of our money right up front, watching the price trends drop to low points, we now have the other half of the money we saved to pay for most everything else on our adventure trip. We never have to go into debt to enjoy traveling today like many people do. Our mindset system of the Wander Window and Flight Radar funds our travel almost entirely. It's kind of like having cheat codes that are legal to use. Okay, let me give you some real numbers because I know you're thinking, yeah, but how much? Like, actually. Last year, during my fall break, we went to Mumbai, India, and Kathmandu, Nepal, for 2 weeks. My mom and I saved for the two of us 1,200 on our flights. That's not a typo. $1,200. That money literally paid for everything else on the trip. We had an awesome time. Oh, and especially in Kathmandu, where we got to eat our heart's content of momos, which are kind of like Chinese dumplings, but with Nepal flavorings. They're awesome. I hope that when you get to Nepal, you get to try them. Okay, back to the numbers. By following our mindset principles of patience and having flexibility, the principle of flight radar cut our flight costs on the trip by 50% and saved 1,200 total for the two of us, pretty much paying for the rest of our trip costs. Same savings across different continents. The system works, people. We've been doing this for nearly 10 years. And why this Wonder Window works? My Wonder Window is about trusting timing, being flexible, and letting the destination be a surprise and loads of fun. More fun than planning every detail 6 months in advance and then stressing about it the entire time. I live in that Wonder Window within my life. I love surprises when it comes to travel adventures. Will it be Japan, Croatia, maybe Guatemala? Who knows? That's literally the point, and I love it. School provides teachers in classrooms with textbooks and gives me a valuable education, for sure. I'm not knocking school down. I'm learning important stuff there. But traveling during my school breaks takes education to a new level by providing unique experiences with different colorful cultures, languages, and food that I could never get with conventional school and classroom teaching only. Like, you can read about the Taj Mahal in a textbook. Cool, great, you learned something. Or you could stand in front of it at sunrise and feel your brain short circuit because pictures literally don't do it justice. That's a different level of education right there, and I'd have to say, I'd have it no other way. Make plans, give it a try. What's next? We've been doing this for nearly a decade now, seeing over 20 countries across 5 continents. So I asked myself, what's next for me in my life? Answer? My mom and I felt like it was time to share with others how they can enjoy travel without going into debt. With a few simple mindset changes, anyone can start right now. But here's the truth. This isn't some secret that only rich people know. It's literally just about patience, flexibility, and a spreadsheet. If my mom could figure this out without a college degree from Wisconsin, you can figure it out too. I believe in you. Thank you for listening and come back to Wandering Vienna because there's always more to explore. Bye!